cell bodies, they would not look like little circles, but instead they would look like pyramids. Okay? All the other neurons here don't look like pyramids. Okay? This system without the pyramids, which includes the substantia nigra, the striatum, and the pallidum, okay, are all part of what we call the extrapyramidal motor system. Extrapyramidal motor system. And when you have dysfunction of this system, you have EPS, extrapyramidal symptoms. EPS. Now, for tomorrow's test, we talked about an agent that causes EPS. What was that agent? Metoclopramide. What does metoclopramide do? Blocks D2 receptors in the extrapyramidal motor system. It causes EPS. It causes pseudo-Parkinson's disease. What about domperidone? Domperidone doesn't cross the blood-brain barrier, so it doesn't cause EPS. What about if I use an antipsychotic? Antipsychotics block D2 receptors. What's going to be a side effect? EPS. Okay. EPS. All right? So that's why you had to be here today, because it's really hard to explain all of this stuff. And because integrity is not working, there's a bunch of people who are screwed. Okay? It's really involved. Now, what I need from you then, remember some of the terminology. But from now on, we don't have to talk about the pathways at all. Okay? All I need you to get is the bottom line. D1, the maximum motility will occur when you have a D1 plus D2 agonism, right? Mm-hmm. D1 activates the direct pathway, which is an excitatory pathway. It's like putting on the gas. Okay. The D2 pathways, the indirect pathways, okay, utilizes D2 receptors. Before dopamine activates those D2 receptors, they are inhibitory systems. But dopamine acting via D2 receptors inhibits the inhibitory system. Okay? Now, what you do need to know then is the bottom line. You should learn what extrapyramidal motor system is and EPS and all that stuff. You should try to remember that. But now what we need to do is to go back to this page. Oh, one last picture I wanted to show you. Dopamine. There are also D2 receptors. There are also D2 receptors on that cholinergic neuron. Notice that dopamine, what does it do to the acetylcholine neuron? It inhibits it. So once again, dopamine favors movement, acetylcholine favors non-movement. Dopamine actually inhibits acetylcholine. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's break time. Let's just do this page real quick. It's just a summary of everything I said. Nah, we can go. Take a break. I remember it all.